I'm David Pumpkin! Man, that was a hell of an intro, Riley.
I didn't care for it.
No, but welcome everybody.
Objectified.
Yes, he has.
Hashtag me too.
But you did it. It was your idea.
It was true. My idea.
Those things you did were your idea for the most part.
No, the whole butt thing was your idea.
Whatever.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the ChimiComicsCast issue. What month is this? 10?
This is October.
So 10. Issue 10. Hope you have enjoyed your year of ChimiComicsCast. I am glad you're joining us today for the special Halloween episode.
Ooh. I'm Spider-Man.
He's Spider-Man. I'm your boy Star-Lord.
I'm an unscarred Deadpool.
He is.
With some appropriate merchandise.
Even sexier than Ryan Reynolds, might I add.
It's the shirt,
What a
man.
fucking man.
It's gotta be the shirt.
Anyways, as you know, as loyal listeners of the ChimiComicsCast, each and every month we get together to talk about all things comic books. Yay. Not just trades or issues, but video games, movies, TV, and more. So, how do we start out every comics cast?
What did you read?
What did you read this month, boys? Starting with you, Riley.
Okay. You want me to go first? I got a lot to go through here.
Yeah, I'll get my glasses on.
Alright, cool. So, this is the last thing I read this month. Moon Knight, Epic Collection, Volume 3. This collects Moon Knight 24 through 38.
So they added Moon Knight to Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty good.
Cool.
Pretty good. I didn't like the Punisher, though.
Yeah.
No. Too much guns, and it's not very powerful.
Well, he is the Punisher.
I know, but it's like when you're facing the Punisher with Thanos. I mean, you're facing Thanos with the Punisher. Yeah. You're gonna lose.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of...
But that's the Punisher.
It's true. It's true.
He shouldn't be facing Thanos.
No, you're right.
Kind of out of his jurisdiction.
About half of this book is written by Doug Munch and drawn by Bill Sienkiewicz. They're like the original creative team on this character. And then at the halfway point in this book, it starts like varying between different creative teams. Some of them are really good.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, does it go down in quality?
No,
about halfway
not at
down?
all. I think it went up in quality actually. Because
I guess that's why it's called an epic collection, right, Wyatt?
Correct.
Yeah,
that's right, Wyatt.
You know how like characters, it takes a while for you to like really develop a character to where you want him. Like,
I know nothing about Moon Knight.
Yeah, but like, you know how Batman started out killing people and
stuff.
He had purple gloves and crap like that.
Yeah, why not?
The same thing with this character. He died and then was reborn by the help of the spirit of Khonshu, which is like an Egyptian moon god.
Machu Picchu.
Yes.
It's actually Machu Picchu, not what you said.
It's okay. It's a joke.
I'm Star-Lord. I'm supposed to be an idiot.
Okay, this is correct.
But they established in this book that
Jesus?
he was actually resurrected by a priest of Khonshu and now has like his residing spirit in him. So I thought that was really cool because it like, you know, it made it like more real to where it definitely happened instead of it could have happened that way. And he also, we find out that he has an estranged father who's still alive, but he dies in that issue. And he goes to like pay his respects and everything, but he finds out that his dad's grave has been robbed by... So his dad was like a rabbi in Chicago, and this kid who's like his protege, he's like a crazed fanatic, and he's like trying to resurrect him so he can find out the secrets of heaven. Yeah, it's really crazy stuff. So that was cool.
That is cool.
Overall, the art's really good. Kevin Nolan also
it's like that
did
classic.
some work in here.
Nolan!
There was a story about a werewolf It was really cool.
It's like that real classic age
Did you see some of the artwork?
artwork.
Yeah, it was really good stuff. I enjoyed this a lot.
By the way, viewers, do any of y'all miss Robert? Because I don't. Fuck Robert.
Jeez.
It's under one time.
I know, right? I just want to see if Robert comments.
Okay.
I know he won't, but it's still funny to have it in the video.
Robert, if you're listening, I enjoyed having you on the cast. We had our own buddy corner.
He's
over
lying.
here. No, I'm not.
He kind of is.
I'm not, though.
Anyway, next I read The Amazing Spider-Man Hunted. This is by Nick Spencer, continuing his run. And it collects like issues 16 through 23 of his Amazing Spider-Man. Several different artists, but they all kind of have similar styles. So this is like,
I see a name I'm very fond of.
yes, Ryan Otley.
You're damn right.
Yeah. Craven is like capturing all of Spider-Man's villains. They're animal based,
Yeah.
and he's turning them loose in this like arena.
Cool.
And the whole time, it's very similar and reminiscent of Craven's Last Hunt, where he's like trying.
That's
to,
what I figured this was based off
Yeah,
of.
he was trying to face off with Spider-Man, and like he realizes that no one can kill him except the Spider. So he's trying to get Spider-Man to kill him so he can like die in peace, I guess. But overall, really good. Some of it was a little slow, but the tie-ins were actually really good. This had a few tie-in issues. But they were like very character centric. Like they would focus on different villains in the story. They were really good. They provided a lot of insight on the villains.
Like some of these
Wow,
like
really?
panels, yeah,
Yeah.
like some of these panels, like they look straight ripped out of Invincible. Like
Yeah,
they're
it's the same.
interchangeable. It's amazing. I love it.
But overall, this was a way better story than I expected it to be. And if you're a Spider-Man fan of any sort, you owe it to yourself to try this story. So,
Dang right, man. Dang right.
Yeah.
All right, what else you got?
Immortal Hulk, Volume
Sure.
4. This collects issues 16 through 20.
Sure. Series keep getting better or kind of plateaued? By now?
It keeps progressing. He faces off against Abomination, his main villain here, and it's like a combination of his friend Rick Jones and this other guy.
James.
Rick Jones is like his best friend. You know,
He's one of the baddest motherfuckers of all time.
no,
He's Rick Jones, bitch.
but like they're combined together in Abomination.
Friendly. Deadpool over here telling me family friendly.
I'm looking for that page.
Hear that shit?
Okay.
What we originally were.
So like it's
I
two
got on the show.
people, it's two corpses put together to make this monster,
Sure.
Is it Frankenstein's monster?
and they're like both together.
Ooh.
Like
That's terrifying.
let me see.
So like Metamorpho, but he has a face.
All right. See how he has hands covering his face and he's like
Yeah.
grabbing that woman? Like, that's straight horror movie stuff.
So also,
And this is a horror comic.
It definitely is.
so Riley, one of the worst episodes of Doctor Who is about the Absorbaloff. That's what that reminds
What
me of.
episode
the
is that?
Absorbaloff.
Classic Who?
No, that's the one where it ends. No, that's the
you
David
see
Tennant
it?
episode where it ends with his girlfriend being a face in concrete.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
See, their two
was
faces
terrible.
are in there.
Yeah.
One of them's like, "Kill me." Yeah, that was horrifying.
That wasn't. That's not the Space Titanic one. Because that was a good episode.
I read this at the perfect time of year.
Yeah. That's Halloween.
If you're not reading Immortal Hulk, try it out, please. It's definitely a good Halloween comic. And I've got Batman: The Dark Prince Charming.
That's what they call me.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So these are like hardcovers,
I
but
really like those.
they're only one
Nice.
issue long, pretty much, like an oversized
Really like
issue.
those.
I think they retail for $12.99.
Yeah, we were having a conversation about Hot Toys earlier.
Yeah.
I really want them to do a Joker Hot Toy. I would buy that motherfucker.
Have they not?
Like from the latest movie.
Oh,
They've
okay.
done Heath Ledger, but I want
You want Joaquin Phoenix.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So the
He'd be
premise,
dancing.
yes, on the stairs.
Yes, and I would have a
Comes with
constant
stairs.
like if when you
Comes
walk
with
by him, it would
stairs.
just play that song.
You walk by him and
He
he
dances in a
laughs.
bathroom.
Yes, it's perfect. Okay, keep going.
So in this story, this is kind of like an Elseworlds type story. Batman has a kid. with some girl that he hooked up with at a bar, and she never told him about the kid. Well, now she comes out with that and is like trying to get money from him, you know, because he's really rich.
Yeah.
And
A
like a child.
That's what that reminded me of. Batman has a kid.
child.
And me and Mike both go,
There's only one thing worse than a rapist.
A child.
No.
So like she's trying to get money from him, and while that's going on, like it hits the news and everything.
Newsy.
And Joker is like wanting to buy Harley a birthday present.
So she gets him. I mean, he gets her the kid.
No.
Oh.
He wants to. He wants to steal this huge diamond, like almost the size of a fist. It's really big, and it's worth like billions of dollars.
Cool.
Yeah. So instead of like going to steal it, he just kidnaps the kid
Okay.
and tells Bruce Wayne, "Hey, I want you to
Steal this diamond.
No,
I'll give you the kid back."
I want you to buy this diamond at the auction
Oh,
and
'cause
give
you're
it to
rich.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Joker actually likes Harley?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Okay, so this is more Suicide Squad. That I'm actually in love
Yeah.
with you and not in an abusive, ridiculous relationship.
Actually, Harley is kind of bossy to him. I think it's funny.
She's a strong, independent woman. She don't need no man.
Yeah.
Emancipation of one.
Harleen Quinzel.
Yeah. The fabulous
Uh-oh.
Emancipation.
We're back with the Ninja Turtles.
TMNT Volume 8.
Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power.
Good
Now,
stuff.
the question I ask
I love
every
how
single
you had,
comics cast. Was the new turtle introduced in this one?
Not yet. Not yet.
I love the cover. You got Bebop and
Rocksteady.
Rocksteady.
They look a lot more gangsta.
They have a crazy mini-series in this book.
They
where-
made him look more like Sheamus, which I appreciate.
He just like, he's got those glasses on. He's just like,
Remember he was Sheamus?
Yeah.
Riley.
He looks more like Sheamus there.
That's not Seamus. This is Seamus.
Yeah.
Oh, Sheamus was the Rhino?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you even watch that movie?
No, I don't like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
But you like Seamus?
I don't like Sheamus. No one likes Sheamus.
Come on. Seeing a wrestler on the big screen is cool, though.
Yeah, but I saw Roman Reigns for 5 minutes in Hobbs and Shaw, so he was legit like a background character. It was funny.
So, like, their miniseries is just, like, them going... They steal this time staff,
Sure.
and they go through time, and they're messing everything up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it ends up with, like, 50 million different alternate timelines,
gosh,
and they have to fix it. Like, these... They're pretty much Time Lords that have to fix this. So,
I dig it.
yeah. It was fun, but it was not, like, really great or anything.
Yeah.
So how's Splinter doing leading the Foot Clan?
We don't actually get much of that in here.
Huh.
I think next volume we'll get more of that. Trying to remember.
Now, has this been the same writers and everything throughout the whole series? Or?
Yeah, it's the original creator, Kevin Eastman, is writing it. Oh, we get a story where, in the main book, Donatello got, like, fatally wounded,
Ooh.
and they had to put his consciousness in a robot body.
I want to guess which one Donatello is. Is he the blue one?
My man knows literally nothing about Ninja Turtles. It's really sad.
It is very sad.
the orange
Donatello.
one?
It's very
No.
sad.
What's the other color? Green?
No. There's no green.
They're all green.
There's blue, Leonardo.
He's purple.
Orange.
purple,
He's
yes.
Orange is Michelangelo. Raphael is red.
I knew that one. That's the only one I
begins
knew.
with R.
Only one I knew.
It's all
And
one
then
you need to
Donatello
know.
is purple. Donatello
Okay.
uses the bow staff, and he's very, very smart.
So when that happened, they put his consciousness in a robot body, and then they got it to where they could switch him back to the body and everything, and it was cool. He was back.
Sure.
But
He would rather be a robot.
in this story, they boot the
Robot
robot back
man.
up, and the consciousness is still there.
So there's two Donatellos?
Yes, but it's like a copy of his consciousness, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like this Donatello believes he's Donatello. He's like, I never left. Like this is me. What is going on here? Why don't I get a body? So he's like struggling with I'm not real, you know.
They should just put him out of his misery.
It was really intense.
This sounds like the plot to that new, what's his name? Who's the guy who played? Paul Rudd. He has a Netflix
Rudd?
show about clones. clone of Paul Rudd, so there's 2 Paul Rudds.
Is that the show where he's in
Living with Myself?
where he's in the line at Walmart somewhere, and he has all these things, like he has a shovel and a bunch of other stuff?
Yes, that is.
Is that all? Yeah. Do you know anywhere local that sells guns?
Yep, that is that show. That is correct.
There
Also,
was,
it shows that Tom Brady is a clone of
Yes.
Tom Brady.
Well, I mean,
He keeps cloning himself so he'd be perfect.
There was a Christmas special in
nowhere near
here.
perfect.
He's Tom Brady. You shut your damn mouth. Just kidding. I don't like Tom Brady.
Good.
That's about all I got for that.
Good deal, Rouse. Good deal.
So
You
is
ran
that
a
all you
ton.
got?
But wait, there's more. I also read.
Oh gosh, he has a box.
He has a box. What's in the box?
What's in the fucking box?
Can't grab it because my hands are slippery.
He also
The
read.
Akira box set.
I thought you
Okay.
already did a full video on that.
He did,
No,
but now he's
I
read
did
it.
an unboxing video. On it.
Oh,
But now he's
oh
read.
you
them.
read it.
Now I read it. Yes.
So, Riley,
Can you
there
help me
is
open
a
that?
Akira movie, correct?
Yes, there is.
1999.
And I'm going to talk about that also.
Oh, you watched it too?
1988.
I've seen parts of
I think.
it, like the tank scene. You know what I'm talking about?
The tank scene.
They're in the road with the tanks, and the tank fires on him, and he like is not affected, and he just.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Well, he's talking about Willis.
I'm going to be honest with
What
you.
you talking about, Willis?
This was an awesome manga. It's so worth reading. Like, at least once. Just try it out.
Okay.
Because you can burn through one of these books in, like, an hour and a half.
Okay.
It, like, at the most.
Probably faster for me.
Probably a little faster for you.
So, is there 6 volumes, and then the
There
last
are
one's
6
like a
volumes.
side thing?
This is like an art book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
He showed me the art book. It has some good stuff in it.
yeah, it does.
Like,
But
this is very
the manga
detailed.
was so good. Like,
It's a
so
very nice box.
the premise basically is that there's a bomb goes off in Tokyo, right?
In Hiroshima.
No.
It's another. Yeah, it pretty much is another one. In 1988.
It's a good way to get paralyzed.
So a nuke goes off.
Sure.
Then World
God,
War
the
III
smell. You
happens.
smell that?
Yeah, it's classic manga paper.
That's what good pussy smells like.
Oh
No.
my gosh.
It's what
Like
bad-
manga paper.
It's like bad toilet paper smells like.
Yeah, that's true. Go ahead, Riley. Keep going.
Anyway,
That's Vegeta.
the bomb goes off, and then World War III happens.
Yeah.
You don't see any of that.
Kind of like
Then,
Fahrenheit 451.
then it cuts to 2019, which is the perfect time to read this.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's left of the city is called Neo Tokyo, and there's like, ground zero right there where the ground's caved in and everything.
Sure.
They've built an Olympic stadium. They're about to host the Olympics.
It's all in black and white, I've noticed.
Yeah, it's manga.
Oh, it's all manga, black and white.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
The very first few pages.
Our
Gaku.
color.
There's a character named Gaku.
How did you see?
Gaku?
That's a sound effect.
Oh.
All right. If you
Yeah.
flip the first couple pages,
There's where the
some
nuke goes
colored art.
off.
And
This says, fuck.
I don't think
so,
it says that.
no, it says Akira.
Fuck.
Kaneda is the main character, and he has a biker gang.
Sure.
You know, that cool motorcycle that they showed? It's a really cool motorcycle.
Here, show the next
So
page. I can't flip.
they're riding around, and they see this little kid walking around. And they're like, what the heck are you doing out here? But the kid looks like shriveled up and old.
Mm-hmm.
And, like,
Good year.
one of the kids, his name is Tetsuo, he has to brake really hard to miss the kid, and he gets hurt really bad and has to go to the hospital. And then the kid just disappears.
Mm.
So they're like, what the heck was that? Well, then the army shows up, and the colonel's there. He's leading the whole army on this hunt for the kid. So the kid is like trying to escape them because they've been holding them as like lab experiments.
Sure.
And so that's like the very beginning, and it leads in with like, oh, Akira is like the big bad. He's the one that made the bomb go off way back 38 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's cool. This series lasted till 2017.
No.
No, it was just
It was released. This
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. I was
It's
like,
the 35th
damn, it took
anniversary.
he did a George R. Martin.
yeah
there.
no.
Took a while.
So you asked about the movie. So here's my opinions on the movie. At first, when I watched the movie, I freaking hated it. I couldn't stand it.
But then you read the manga.
Because no, I read this first. That's why I hated it. But then I went on this Facebook group I'm a part of. It's called Tacos Farm. It's basically a manga group, manga anime. And one of the guys there said, when he was writing it, he had only released 2 volumes so far when he worked on the movie.
Yeah.
What?
I'm trying to get my hand out because I'm gonna need to get to my
Watch
books.
it
and I
play.
can't-
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get my hand out because I can't touch anything, and I need to get to my books here in a minute.
Oh.
It's...
Well, go fix that.
Okay.
All right. So he had only written 2 volumes of the manga so far.
Yeah, sure.
And that's why
It's based on those two.
those
mangas.
2.
Okay.
That's why the movie was so limited.
Mhm.
Like in
It
that,
has to give it an ending, and there wasn't one. Basically.
right. And in that movie, Akira's not even in the movie. Like that's why I hated it so much. He's not even in it.
So what's the point of an Akira movie?
See what I mean?
Okay, that makes sense.
But everybody's like, "Oh, it's a landmark anime film. It's like what opened up anime for the West."
I mean, that's
But-
fine. Good for you.
Now that I know that, I don't hate the movie. I just don't care for it.
Right. That
But-
makes sense.
Like certain characters didn't act like they did in the manga at all. Other characters weren't even used. Akira wasn't in it.
I don't get how you can call it Akira and not have Akira in it.
Well, like it's about Akira, but he like doesn't appear.
Oh. Till the very end.
No,
And he
doesn't
strolls in
appear.
on his bike.
Doesn't even appear.
And Bad to the Bone starts playing. But
like-
Akira.
The manga deserves all of the hype it gets. It was so good.
Good
I enjoyed
deal.
it a lot.
Good deal, Holmes. All right, is it my turn or is it Wyatt's turn? Since he
I'm
just
good.
completely undressed and he's naked now,
yeah.
folks. He's naked.
He's naked.
You don't
Good
want to see
grief, he's
underneath this
naked.
table. I'm just kidding.
Sure.
I mean, I'm gonna. Oh my goodness! Stop banging the table. Right? He told you.
What did I tell you?
Go ahead.
All right. So
What did you read?
I have some comics some single issues that Riley gave me. Let me borrow.
He read half of these just today, actually.
Yeah. Shut up. You read stuff today. We're talking about.
Wow.
But
Whoa.
other than these, I also have a game I put 40 hours into, and I'm probably going to talk about that more because that's 40 hours compared to the hour and 30 minutes it took me to read these. Fair enough. But I mean, they're pretty good. We got
Know what I mean?
Year of the Villain with the Joker, which is a pretty good
Written
Joker
by
story.
John Carpenter.
Yeah, John Carpenter. Good artwork, very creepy artwork. Like
Yeah, it's pretty good.
the whole
It's pretty
story takes over the course of one night,
good.
and
Who
it's
was it?
Carpenter Birch.
Oh, Philip Tan worked on
Yeah,
it too. Okay.
Us Tans. Pretty cool.
I should probably get it out to show the artwork.
Us Kirby's.
I probably should
We're
have gone
even
ahead and
more
got all
famous.
of these out, but I mean,
You don't have to. You
Yeah,
know how
fine.
that stuff goes.
it's good. But the whole story takes over the course of one night. It's Joker and one of his henchmen escape a prison, and it's told from the henchman's point of view. The henchman's is a crazy person. He was beaten when he was a little kid by his dad, and one thing he does is he stands up and I think he kills his dad, and that's how he ended up becoming a criminal and working for the Joker for a bit. So Joker is going super crazy here. Well, he's not. He's really sane. He's just being evil. He dresses up as Batman. The henchman dresses up as Robin.
I thought that was fun.
And they run around solving crimes, but they're like, Joker goes, "Look, my friend, down here, there's a guy walking a dog. What is he doing out at this late?" So they go and pretty much assault him, and Joker goes, "He's got a gun," and he shoots him. And then he goes, "The dog's got a gun too," and I was like, "Oh no," and he shoots the dog, and I was sad.
You can never trust dogs with guns. I mean,
No.
let's
Yeah,
be honest
and
here.
the henchman's
We
crazy.
need tougher gun laws on dogs with guns.
At this point,
you
the
really do.
It's true.
yeah, take away their AR-15s.
They don't need them.
Anyway,
They barked up their own tree.
very nice. The crazy henchman believes what Joker's saying. Like, he looks at the dead dog, and then in the next panel, a gun is there. So he's just like, you're right. These dogs with guns, you can't go outside in Gotham anymore. I'm pretty sure that's what he says in
Can't
the
go
panel.
outside without a bulletproof vest, man.
But he's talking about some of his past, like about his mom. And slowly he realizes over the course of the night that Joker is just evil. And I may be crazy, but I'm not evil. So he goes away from the Joker. They're roof hopping, and he deliberately falls off the roof and runs away. And
the guy he's talking about, the henchman, he's like struggling with mental illness. This whole comic, he's like been in a padded cell before, and everything.
So he ends up going back to his mother's place, but he doesn't get there in time. Joker's already there, and he's got her tied up, and he's like, "Now I'm gonna make you a real Robin," and he beats him with a crowbar like he did Jason Todd.
Yeah.
And he doesn't kill him, but I mean, his mom frees herself after Joker leaves, and Joker tells him, "Please dedicate your life to revenge against me. It'll be more fun to kill you in 10 years after you've trained up." And he leaves. So his mom takes him to the hospital, and that's kind of how it ends.
It's time to train.
I like the message it's sent. It's like, just because you're like not stable doesn't mean that like you're a bad person or that it's the end of the road for you. Like, it could always be worse because he's right there with the Joker.
Yeah.
That's right. You could be made fun of on a comedy show.
Yeah. You get what you deserve, Tanner.
You get what you fucking deserve.
We live in a society, Riley.
Get a load of this society. Okay.
Right.
Then we have the Legion of Superheroes.
I'm curious to see what he thought of this.
I like that Lex Luthor logo.
Yeah, that's cool.
No. That's the Legion.
That's Lex.
No, it's not.
Lex founded the Legion of Superheroes.
No, he didn't.
That L's for
I
Luthor.
very easily
You've
believe
seen him on
Tanner.
cartoons before. The
Legion. Legion stands for Lex Luthor. It's an anagram for Lex Luthor.
Okay, yeah. So it starts off with a girl, redhead girl, and she's talking to Supergirl.
Thorn.
Yeah.
So does that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Anyway, her name is Rose, and she's talking about Thorn, and she's also Thorn. She has multiple personality disorder, and Thorn started out as a hero, but she got more and more bloodthirsty, and now she's a killer hero. Like, she kills the underworld and anyone who comes after her, and she's been on medicine that suppresses that, and so Thorn never comes out anymore. But she doesn't age either, or that's something with time travel too. Well, I'll get into that.
No, I think she's aging, like experiencing it real time.
Okay. She's talking to Supergirl, who at this point is the president in this part of the future.
Well, we know it's a comic book. A woman's president.
Jeez, Tanner.
Just kidding.
What comic did they do that in?
I don't know.
Elizabeth Ward.
Where they made a woman president because they thought Hillary was going to win?
Everything.
In the comic?
I remember South Park had to change a complete episode.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Mr. Garrison won. He's like,
well, dang it.
Oh, jeez, this doesn't look very fun.
Oh, jeez. All right, keep going.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, so that happens, and she's talking about how the medicine isn't made anymore because they've got a cure for her condition now, so no one has it but her, pretty much. And she needs more medicine or Thorn's going to get out. And then she travels to a different area. Neo Gotham is what it's called. New Gotham. And Batman Beyond's there. And she's killing all the underworld people as Thorn.
Thinking I don't know what Neo Gotham is.
Shut the hell up, Tanner.
Dude, I love Batman Beyond.
That's like his favorite.
Well, I'm just being there for the viewers.
Is it? Wait, which Batman Beyond is it?
The real one.
Yeah.
So Terry.
Yeah, it's Terry McGinnis. And he talks to her about...
The real one. That's right, Riley.
Yeah.
That's right. Hey.
She has some type of device that disables him, very expensive, and captures him. And she talks to him, and she's kind of crazy. This Thorn person is. And after that, she disappears and goes to a different time period.
She keeps, like... It goes chronologically through, like, the entire DC universe.
Yeah.
Like,
Next
you get
is...
Kamandi.
Yeah.
Tommy Tomorrow. I'm trying to remember. There was another
Yeah,
one.
after...
But yeah, Neo Gotham was
Yeah.
in there.
Then...
It's really cool stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it goes through everything until it gets to the 31st century with the Legion.
Right.
Yeah, she wants to become a Planeteer and get off the planet. And she's talking to the guy, talking about it, and he's like, "Oh, your psych exam's already done," because they ran one while she was talking to him, like they were watching her. They run her identity, and she tells him, if a provocatively dressed version of me comes and starts flirting with you in a bar, it's not me. It's a girl named Thorne, and she's gonna try and kill you. And she runs away from cops and stuff. And then, what happens after that, Riley?
Wish I could get seduced and killed
I
by
read
a
this
hot
like
clone
last
evil woman.
month. I don't remember everything.
Either way, good or bad.
I enjoyed it.
Continue reading.
I remember
If Riley continues reading it, I'll continue.
I remember
reading
my thoughts
Okay.
were, I'm intrigued.
it. Yeah,
Like it didn't blow me away, but I'm
Yeah.
intrigued to see where it goes.
it was kind of all over the place.
There's only
with
two
the
issues,
with the jumping
so-
around.
Ah.
It's a part 1 of 2.
Yeah. So
Okay,
I'm
next.
getting part 2.
And this was
Booga.
this is what I really liked.
Yeah.
You
And
liked
I mean,
you some Lois Lane.
I enjoyed this a lot.
Which
too.
after we've been reviewing all the Superman movies and Superman 1 and 2 Lois Lane, I hate this Lois.
But Superman 3 Lois Lane. It was barely in it. That was great.
Yeah, that was fantastic. This Lois Lane,
okay with
I
Lois.
love. And not only is Lois Lane in it, but one of my favorite DC characters of all time is in it. The Question. Renee Montoya.
Oh, it's the woman question.
Oh, Tanner. How
See,
the
I love
table
how
turns.
the backup question is his favorite character. That just blows me
I like
away.
both of them. I just like the Question, either version of
Okay.
them.
Oh, I didn't know Renee Montoya was the question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
Isn't she in the Harley Quinn movie?
Yeah, she is.
Probably,
Yeah, she
but
is.
not the question in that.
No.
No, she's just Renee. They're probably going to do a 52
Renee.
movie next.
Right. She
So-
had a fling with Batwoman too.
Yeah,
at
she
one
Burn
point.
her face off, and they'll say that she's the question.
No.
They gotta get that
Jeez.
dark and
They
depressing.
better
you're right.
not. Don't do that.
You're
in
right.
Superman
I could see them doing that.
No, please don't.
With a question mark.
No.
star.
Oh yes.
No.
Yes.
Perfect.
Total DC.
Don't do that to Renee.
Total
Perfect.
DC.
Don't do it.
Give her a tragic backstory.
Kill one of the
Right.
Boom,
Robins.
the DC method.
Right.
Put
Beat
that
one
in
of the
film.
Robins. Don't do this.
Hey, we're shooting for Academy Awards. We don't give a shit about quality.
Make her dance.
Nah, you can't do that. You give subtle hints throughout the thing that she's gonna turn into the question.
That is
Like,
not happening. Really?
Yeah, like just give hints. So like she'll be playing Guess Who at the
Oh
start.
my
you know?
gosh.
I swear,
Perfect.
if we go and see that
Perfect.
movie and that happens, I'm gonna punch you.
Call me DC.
No.
Call me.
Okay, so this is really good. This is a espionage comic, and it's got Rucka, Perkins, Mounts, same people who did Checkmate.
Greg Rucka.
Yeah, Greg Rucka did Checkmate, and
Rucka.
she's uncovering dark secrets about the Russian government, the U.S. government, where money's going. She gets the first issue. She gets thrown out of the White House
By
and
Trump.
by the press secretary. But her credentials are taken, so she can't go back. It's a reflection of stuff that has happened, because there have been journalists that have in our world this has happened to after they asked some questions people didn't like.
Silence.
Yeah. And then she meets with a senator, I believe, or it's just a very influential guy, Mr. Agar, in a restaurant, and Renee is her
Mr. Agar?
backup. And a gunman kills him. Renee takes down the gunman, and the cops arrest him and go to interrogate him. But the big thing is there's a controversy going on because a picture of her kissing Superman circulated around, and no one knows that Clark Kent is Superman, so they think she cheated on her husband of 12 years.
That whore.
Yeah, that's exactly what a dude says
dude
when
call her that,
she's
yeah, on the
walking
street,
down the
man.
street with Clark, and a dude's like,
That's
slut.
bullshit.
What city is she
Superman's
in?
on everyone's cheat list. Let's be honest.
She was in
Like
Chicago.
Yeah.
Do you think any woman in their right mind is going to turn down Super Penis?
I mean,
So
that-
she's not
listen.
even in
They
Metropolis.
did. There was a women's morning talk show, and they talk about the list.
Of course.
They mentioned
of course
the
It was
list.
The View.
Yeah,
It
it was The
course.
View.
Of course. Like that's how I would spin it. All right, great.
Okay.
This is interesting. I like this.
I'm gonna keep reading.
It's good.
This. It's good.
It's worth reading.
And so that happens. Superman shows up after the gunman goes down because he wants to make sure she's okay, and she's mad at him for
Now
it.
let's not spoil this for me though.
Yeah. I'll cut it off here because I don't want to spoil the 4th issue.
Because this sounds good. This sounds good.
It is. I'll leave it off there.
Okay.
It's very good. If you like espionage stuff and mystery comics.
It's only 12 issues?
Yeah, only 12. It's a maxi series.
Go read Lois Lane. What's maxi series? What's that?
A mini series, but a little bigger.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
So
And it kind of ties into Legion of Superheroes. Superboy is in it for a little bit. Yeah, they mentioned Superboy getting offered to join.
It does what any good.
It sounds like a Black Label something for some reason.
No, it's definitely in the universe.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So she has a kid?
Yeah.
Nice.
John.
Nice.
How do you not know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
I'm just asking if he's still a part of their lives.
Kind of, yeah. Like, you know, they aged him like instantly.
Yeah, that's why I was asking.
He went off with his grandpa somewhere, and Jor-El, yeah,
Sure.
he's somehow alive again.
Yeah. He's being paid.
Now
$1
he's about to
billion
join
be in
the
that
Legion.
comic.
Cool.
Okay.
What about that game you played?
Yeah. I played and beat a game called GreedFall.
Which I watched like 5 trailers of because he just kept showing me trailers.
Well, we were waiting for someone to get here.
What's this?
Shut up.
This one's slightly different.
Oh my.
They're good.
It adds a bit.
Look, it's RPG.
It's
I'm
a good
kidding.
game.
It did look cool.
Yeah. It's one of the main appeals I had to this game was it is colonial fantasy. I'm kind of burnt out on like medieval fantasy. Like
Too much fantasy, man.
No, keep going.
too much
Burnt
medieval.
out. He's burnt out on that
Yeah.
fantasy.
This has stuff from the colonial era of history, which as a history buff is
Did they throw tea?
none of
Tea.
that. None of the colonies rebelled.
Angry colonists.
Wait for Greedfall 2, and maybe see in this game you are Desarde, and you are the legate of the merchant congregation, which is one of the colonial powers on the island of Tierford, and there's 3 of them. And things on the old continent, as it's called, is not going well. There's a disease, a plague called the Malachor, or blood plague, and it's always fatal. They have made no headway on any sort of cure, and they think that this new island may hold the secret to curing this disease, and your character's mother is actually afflicted by it, and you say goodbye to her in the first part of the game when you leave to head to this island. You set out with your cousin Constantine, who is the prince. You're both princes of the merchant congregation. You're a noble, and that gives you the authority of a noble as you go to different places on the island. And you have diplomatic immunity and stuff like that.
So, Amber, you can't sue.
What?
That's a can't touch me reference.
Okay. Yeah, pretty much. And you really have to balance all the factions, because there's not just the merchant congregation, who are the neutral merchants, pretty much. You have 2 mercenary factions. You have the Knots, which they're pretty much the only people who know how to sail the seas.
The haves and the have-nots.
Yeah, because they have the skills to sail the seas.
See?
This sounds cool. How long is it?
I played 40 hours to beat the game, and I completed
So
all
this is
side
Witcher
quests
time.
except 2. Yeah.
Witcher time. And it's RPG?
Yep. And it's
Cool.
very reminiscent of, people have said it's like The
Would you
Witcher.
play it on Xbox?
Yep, on Xbox.
What other systems are on it?
It's on
PS4.
PC and PS4.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What would you rate it out of 10?
I would give this a 9 out of 10.
Is this your game of the year?
Probably not. I'll have to see how the Outer Worlds is,
Oh.
which I'm installing right now. Yeah. But it was just really blew me away with not only just the game itself, like the combat systems is very well put together. There's a tactical pause. You have a squad of 2
What is
companions.
a tactical pause?
You tap a button, and it pauses combat, and you
can pick your actions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. I only wish I had a combo system for that you could kind of work better with your squad mates, because you can't reorder them to do anything. But each of the squad mates are cool characters, and finding out their backstories and their personal quest is fun. And it wasn't just thrown in to like, here's a character, he's a cliche. They're all interesting, and they're all very good to see. Like Vasco. All of your companions represent one of the factions on the island. You have the Coin Guard, which is the other mercenary faction. They're like, all the colonial powers hire soldiers from the Coin Guard.
They like money.
Yeah, they're mercenaries pretty much, and they're the best soldiers around. Everyone
Mr.
has,
Krabs.
yeah.
I like money.
Yes.
Everyone kind of has their own army, but the coin guard is the best, so they all hire him. And sometimes the coin guard fights with itself. But I mean, it's cool. And you have Kurt, who's the guy who pretty much trained you in combat back in Serene, where you grew up. Yeah.
Cobain?
No, just Kurt. I don't think he has a last name. He was probably an orphan and joined the
Sad
guard.
would be if he had a shotgun as a weapon.
No, he's a... See, there's a girl named Afra. She does
Why'd
guns.
you have to do that?
Oh, I get it now. That's bad.
Why'd you?
Because I knew it would go over Wyatt's head.
No, I get it.
But it did for a second, though.
It did.
Continue, please.
Hey, anyway. So you have to interact with all these factions, not only the colonial powers, but not only the colonial powers, but the natives. And there's the natives aren't just one group. There's a whole bunch of different villages with their own mauls, chiefs.
And they have cool birthmarks
Yeah.
on their face.
You have a birthmark too, and one of the quests, you discover why you have a native mark that you were born with.
Let me guess you're a native.
Wow.
Oh, maybe. Play the game and find out. But, yeah, so the factions, they're not cutting...
How was that a surprise?
Well, I mean, it never said that non-natives couldn't be marked. It just said you're marked by the Earth. That's the whole
But
thing
have you
about
ever
it.
seen a non-native with a mark?
They never say anything that you do.
Then wouldn't you assume he's a native?
I mean, I assumed at the beginning because when you first meet Siora, which is the native companion you have, she's trying to get in to see Constantine, your cousin, who's the governor of
Big
the
question.
merchants.
Big feature of these RPGs.
You're going to ask if I can romance people, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
And yes, I did. I did romance Siora.
That's who I figured you did.
Yeah.
You gotta get that native. A native tongue.
That's enough. Now stick out your tongue, Tanner.
Wow.
He can't.
There is something. So, good game, right?
Very good game. Very
Highly recommend.
highly recommend.
Is it on Game Pass?
Yes.
Outer Worlds is.
I don't think it is. I
Outer
don't think
Worlds
it is
is.
on Game Pass. It was
Outer
a
Worlds
lot of the
is.
trailers were on PS4's YouTube channel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's on.
It's on
Xbox,
both, though, yeah. So, it might come later. You never know.
Yeah, they had to release their trailers for at Xbox events because Sony never went to any of the events this year.
Who made
really.
this game?
It was a small. It's
Spiders.
a double A game. Spiders is the developer, and there's noticeable places where they cut budgets. Like instead of animating a door
They sound
opening,
like a small team, though.
yeah, it's 35 people developed it. But I mean, the soundtrack was very well put together. The budget cuts weren't really deal breakers. Like some scenes, like cutscenes of you like opening this elaborate door, will just fade to black and then it'll be open because they couldn't-
It needs to load it.
yeah,
That's why.
and they couldn't afford to animate it. But I mean, despite the budget, them having to work on a budget, the game is very well put together, and it's hard to notice the lack in quality. Like I think it's a very good game for modern era because the writing is there, the gear and stuff, the loot system. One thing I hate about RPGs with a loot system where you have to upgrade everyone's equipment is if you level up so fast that the equipment automatically becomes obsolete 15 minutes after you get it. The leveling is very well, it has a very good pace to it. So like if I find a sword, I'm not going to be replacing it an hour later. I'm probably going to use the sword for a good bit until I level up enough to get something better.
It sounds good.
So yeah, very good character building system. Very good attributes and skills that you can use to go through the game, like lock picking, charisma.
Is it like where
understanding
you
stuff.
use the bumper and the trigger for your sword?
You use X for your sword. You have a quick
Oh,
attack.
okay.
Yeah, you don't really use the triggers, and you
I
can
like that better.
You can bind you can bind things
I
differently.
don't like them doing that trigger thing now. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
you
care
can
for it.
you can bind things to trigger if you rather had that. You can bind all your actions to whatever keys you want. I had gun be up on the D-pad, and some of my better moves that I unlocked were D-pad as well.
The pad.
The D-pad, the Xbox One D-pad, super good, way better than the 360s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
Xbox One controller is a gift from God.
All right. Good deal, Wyatt.
Very good game. Highly recommend.
So,
Oh, it's only I think it's only $40 or $50. It's not a full price game.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's especially nice for a 40-hour game too.
Yeah.
But so for me, I actually read stuff this month, so I'm so
Where's your
happy, I'm so
pile?
proud of myself, right?
At first, I thought
It's
this
my
was your
phone
pile.
and my iPad at home. My iPad, my Fire. So to start off, I finished the second omnibus of The Boys. Still very good. Still very vulgar. Still very dark. But I like it.
As it should be.
Should be. I like it. It's good. After that, I wanted to get very spooky and get into Spooky Boy season. So, what did I read first, Riley? Batman: The Long Halloween.
Nice.
And it was very good. There are legs up there. Who goes there?
Happy Halloween.
Ooh.
I think we have ghost.
It's just the ghost.
Who you gonna call?
My insecurities.
Ghostbusters.
My insecurities. No, so I read Batman: The Long Halloween, and it was very good. I enjoyed it a lot.
You never read it?
No, never read it.
Oh, okay.
I've
Never read it. I thought the Two-Face stuff was very interesting. I liked Calendar Man kind of being like Anthony Hopkins. Is it Anthony Hopkins or Anthony Perkins? Anthony Perkins might be Norman Bates. Could be wrong though. Anyways, Anthony Hopkins is like Hannibal. He's kind of like the Hannibal Lecter, kind of like explaining, oh, this is who Holiday is, who the Holiday Killer is. And, you know, it's really good throughout the thing. I want a movie of that. The detective in this, the detective Batman in this is very good. We get all of Batman's rogues gallery, basically.
Yeah.
So it's insanely good.
It would
Also,
work well as a movie.
oh yeah, it would. I really hope that's what they're doing currently with the Batman.
I bet.
I also read Lock and Key.
Oh yeah, I want to hear this.
Fantastic.
Okay.
For the first volume. I haven't read the second volume yet. I haven't looked into it. And I kind of, what's the word for this? So in Lock and Key, it's a horror. It's a horror book. So there's killers. I'm not going to go into everything. There's mystical stuff. You know, spooky witches and shit. You know, all that shit. But it's mainly about these keys. And these keys have powers. And when you use them, they can, you know, transport you to another world. One of them turns you into a ghost. They do all these different things. And each book is focused on a key, I believe. So the one I read was focused on the one that could take you anywhere, mainly, and the ghost key. And I think the one after this is focused on another key, and it kind of shows them at the end. But overall, a really good story. I was really impressed by it. I wouldn't be surprised if they make a movie or a TV show out of this. More likely a TV show, but it's very good. I recommend it. It's very much a horror movie taken to the next level in more of a series kind.
Who wrote that?
I can tell you, because I do not know. Joe Hill.
Yeah, that's right. You told me that.
And Gabriel Rodriguez does the art, I believe. And this is IDW as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's very good. I think I'll try to read Volume 2 and see where it goes. I don't know. I'm one of those people who like self-contained stories. And I don't know if I like the characters enough to move on. If you know what I'm saying.
But you just, like, this was so good.
It was good. It was good. Don't get me wrong. It was great. It's like, let's see, the Joker movie.
But it doesn't make you want to continue?
No,
You can't say Joker. Riley doesn't like that.
No, that's what I'm saying. But the Joker movie, in my opinion, was really great. I liked the character. Of the Joker. Wyatt, do you want a sequel to Joker?
But you don't want another
Yes.
one. Yeah,
exactly.
he does.
That's how I feel. I don't want another one.
Yeah.
This is good.
I understand
Leave it.
that.
That's how I like it.
Okay.
That's my
Not
opinion
really.
of
Not
Lock and
really. I don't want to see.
Key. I mean, I'm
Joker.
going to read the next one, but
I'll say this: I don't want to see more Joker. I just want to see more of that more realistic, gritty.
no, I really hope they don't go through like the whole rogues gallery.
Not just villains.
Let me show you the origins of the Penguin.
Get Danny DeVito
They-
while
they-
he's still
all
young
of them,
enough.
Can you imagine DeVito trying to climb into a fridge?
I'm an animal.
He's just like. So meanwhile, I just started blasting.
Yeah. Jeez. So, we also all together read the new JJ Abrams Spiderman book.
And
Riley, you
we
need
just
to stop
Okay, good.
Okay, we made,
Riley, do you need to stop the video? So, as we were saying,
we made history today. This is the first thing we've all read together
Well, I
that we
think.
all dislike.
Yeah. We got issues 1 and 2.
oh,
Yeah. So,
Did you
oh,
like
those are the
initial
opinions.
thoughts.
No spoilers here. This is the last Jedi of Spider-Man.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
Okay.
And I'll go in more of that when we get into spoilers.
Okay.
But with issue 1, I
I
enjoyed
totally.
it.
Now that you
I
say
enjoyed the first parts. It was new. It's something different. I enjoyed that. I'm okay with it. And then we kind of get into different territory near the end, and I was on board. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll keep reading. This will probably get good.
Spider-Man
So I'm
has
like,
a
okay,
kid
cool.
in this.
There's intrigue. There's villains that are new.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is cool. I'll keep reading. Then we got to issue 2, and I'm saying, how many more of these we got? Because I ain't on board after this
I
one.
think it's 5. I think there's 5.
Okay. Well, okay.
Yeah,
Y'all's
when-
initial thoughts, please.
Okay, initial
no
thoughts?
spoilers.
I'm of your mind. This is kind of like as when you said The Last Jedi, I immediately drew parallels to some things. I was like, you are spot on with that description.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm totally with you here. Like, I'm not even as invested into the characters as you two are, because you two are very huge Spider-Man fans, and you know a lot more than me. So I wanted to wait and see how you guys thought before I said anything, or we'd get a remake of Heroes in Crisis, because I don't like Flash.
Yeah.
Oh.
Go ahead, Riley.
Um.
You're the biggest Spider-Man
Yeah.
fan here.
Okay. I don't know. I don't like the way they handle Peter. I don't think he's acting like Peter at all. I don't feel like JJ even knows anything about Peter from reading this.
Okay.
That said, I do like the parts with his kid. I think the kid...
We weren't getting into spoilers.
That's not a spoiler.
That is a spoiler.
Okay,
No,
there's
it's
plenty
not.
of stories where Spider-Man has a kid.
Yeah, but they don't know if this is JJ's story.
Anyway, Spider-Man has a kid. We
We've
follow
already kinda
him,
mentioned the kid, I'm
we
pretty
follow
sure.
him at the end of issue
mentioned
1
the kid.
and all through this second issue, and I like that stuff. Like, I think he's pretty much following his dad's footsteps. It's a little different situation, and he handles things differently. But I do like his journey, and I think like his heart's in the right place. He's getting thrown in the principal's office for like beating up bullies
Mhm.
and defending the innocent. So that was a really good point. He's being raised by Aunt May, who's somehow still alive in this comic.
And she doesn't look too old.
Yeah, she doesn't look like she could die any minute. She just has a cane.
It's not like Spider-Man life story.
But
Aunt
like
May.
Aunt May in this comic knows that Peter was Spider-Man, and she has some old costumes of his and gives him a costume and like, is trying to like encourage him to follow his dad.
She gives him a costume so he can go on a date with some girl.
Yeah. But I like that stuff. I don't care for like everything they're doing with like my
Cadaverous.
Spider-Man characters. You know,
What about Cadaverous? What you think of him?
stupid villain. I
Dude
really
looks
don't
like
it
a
at all.
40k Space Marine.
I really
a
don't
Chaos
like it at all.
Marine.
And he's just like Mr. Freeze. He has a Nora that he's trying to resurrect and everything. I'm like,
Oh, I thought that was Mary Jane.
you did?
Yeah.
I didn't get that at all. But
Oh. Maybe I just looked at it the wrong way. I thought it was Mary Jane and the dude.
I didn't think it looked like her.
Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, they did have a funeral for her and everything. But yeah, so issue 1, I dug it. I dug issue 1 just because I was like, oh, cool. They're doing something different. This is different. This can be Spider-Man dealing with grief, death of his wife. Maybe he's going to turn into a badass mofo. That did not happen. In fact, he turned into a dick.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and
Super dick.
to
He's missing an arm
to
too. He's Captain Hook.
to compare what you said about this is the Last Jedi of Spider-Man, Peter Parker did what Luke Skywalker did in the Last Jedi.
That's exactly what I was
handed
going
him the
with.
lightsaber and he just threw it away.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was talking about. This is, they're doing a lot of ambitious stuff, which is fine, but it doesn't work.
This makes me think if JJ had directed the Last Jedi, maybe it wouldn't have been any better.
As good as you thought it would be.
That's what I was thinking too. But like, I don't think it might get better.
JJ though,
I mean, we're only 2 issues in. It can get better.
That's what I was saying. Like,
and it
let's
can
give it a
get
chance,
really
but-
good. But just, I think issue 1's good. Issue 2 left me wanting way more.
But also, like, Peter has went through the loss of a girl before. He's already
Gwen.
lost Gwen Stacy.
Yep.
Who he loved a lot.
Yep.
Like, as much as Mary Jane.
a lot more.
Maybe it was less time, but it was still very similar. And he just, like, pieces out and doesn't raise his own kid.
Yeah, shout out to Aunt May for raising 2 generations of Parkers.
And he just has a hook hand, and he's taking pictures. He's a war correspondent now.
And he picks up his kid because he happens to be in town.
Yeah.
Because he's flying around the whole world all the time.
And he wasn't even going to see him at all or anything. He was just passing through.
It's so
Correct
not
me,
Peter.
correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't he taking pictures at like a war thing?
yeah, that's
And,
what I
like,
said. He's a war
yeah,
correspondent.
but didn't wasn't there something happening with a little girl and her mom or something in the rubble, and he just kind of looks at him and doesn't do
Yeah.
anything?
Takes pictures, yeah.
The girl is...
So not Peter, right?
Yeah.
It's not Peter.
That's what I'm saying. It's like Luke Skywalker and Last
I just
Jedi.
don't think he gets Peter at all.
Yeah,
Like, has he ever read a Spider-Man comic? I
Yeah,
feel like
I
you
mean-
kind of have to.
I mean it can be a redemption story, and I get that.
It's going to have to do a lot
Obviously-
in these next couple issues.
Obviously, he's gonna be upset, and obviously,
You got to think he's been absent from this kid's life for like almost 15 years.
yeah,
Like
yeah. But I mean, honestly, he can be upset and all that stuff because, I mean, that is like a double whammy of 2 lost lovers. So I completely understand that. But also, and even you can even go into the One More Day where he freaking makes a deal with the devil because of his aunt dies. So
why not?
In that-
Why not?
in
Just
that,
take the whole story.
that kind of is
Make
the character.
Gwen have kids with Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
So
Mary Jane is going to
Yeah.
have kids with this whatever his
Yeah,
name is.
exactly.
Cadaverous. Is that what you said his
Cadaverous.
name is?
I thought that was his name. I have no idea.
Cadaverous
think it
cucks
is.
That's what it looks
Spider-Man.
like. Cadaverous.
Cadaverous
Which
cucks
is-
Spider-Man.
Which is okay.
The villain's so stupid. I'm sorry. It just is.
No, you're right.
We've only gotten shots of him, but he's really stupid.
I mean,
looking.
he's the supreme leader Snoke of this story.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
He looked like Snoke.
I said he's so big and bulky like a space marine.
Which is
what
fine.
I said.
It might get better. I wouldn't run out to pick it up. Right now is the first issue is actually the best-selling issue of the entire year, so that's nice.
That's really sad.
That's JJ. That's the only reason.
I know.
That's the only reason. So this is the best-selling issue of the whole year. So in that, it's not going to be rare either. So
I'm
don't
gonna
hold
be
your breath.
honest with you.
Get a trade. You'll be all right.
If you hadn't like jumped on this when we were going through it in previews,
Yeah.
like, oh, we need to cover that.
What's
I would-
JJ?
I wouldn't have bought this.
I wanted it because
Like,
JJ.
I wasn't. That's exactly the reason I wasn't gonna buy it.
Oh, because of that. I mean, that's like John Carpenter's Joker. I would have wanted to read that because it's John Carpenter.
That's kind of different though.
I know,
feel
but
like.
I know they're gonna take it a different way. I know they're gonna have a
Yeah.
different take on it, and I'm interested in stuff like that. He did everything I thought he would,
Yeah.
but it wasn't good.
You're
He
right.
gave us a different take.
I
Wasn't
guess
good.
my
I respect it. Wasn't good.
My feelings is Spider-Man is my favorite character hands down.
Yeah.
And I feel like I love the character too much to appreciate something drastically different from how he should be. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like this whole absent father thing, like I can't get behind that.
I always
at
take
all.
it like this is an Elseworld story. If I don't like it, it doesn't matter. It's not canon. But
Right.
I can't have the opinion of this is trash and this is trash.
That's how I feel. I don't feel excited about this at all. It doesn't make me look forward to the next issue. Like, I'm gonna read it because we're going over it on the cast, but like I'm not looking forward to it.
So, in summary, JJ Abrams, you're a household name, but so is garbage, and it stinks too. So,
Jeez.
Wow.
so you know
I hope
what?
a guy named JJ Abrams comments.
I hope so too. You know,
We'll
I
be
hope he-
wondering
like
if it's
JJ
actually
responds and be like, "Henry wrote most of this. I'm sorry."
His
Is Henry
son.
his
Right.
son?
His
Yeah,
son.
like-
Riley made the joke.
I did.
yo.
I was like, oh, we'll just say that it was mostly Henry.
Right, like
It's
that's
not
what you
JJ.
gotta
He could
do,
do no
right?
wrong.
It's like Like, this is my boy stuff.
Bottom line, I can't recommend this book. I can't. I'm sorry. Don't spend money on it.
We're going to, but I mean,
No.
Yeah, we're doing it so you don't have to.
No, I mean, just wait until the complete series is finished. See our final thoughts. I'm sure we'll give an update on
And
a
it's on
comics
sale
cast,
for $5 on Comixology.
or go to Ollie's. But
Ollie's.
If-
I would love it if that book was at Ollie's.
if that's the case, we will update you
Oh,
and issue a
man.
retraction and say that it's better and it gets better. But until
Oh,
then,
we will, yeah. It's not a life story
No.
at all.
oh my God, Life Story ruined us. We
You're right,
recognize
it.
it.
Kinda did.
We
It kind of did
recognize
ruin
the
us.
trash. We recognize it. Boys, you know what I forgot this month?
that's right.
I forgot a game of That's Right.
You're right.
I didn't think of one. You know, we did this whole Halloween thing, so I guess what you're getting with this episode is our little intro video, which is
Which
fine.
only for
enough to tide you over.
only for
Till the next
visual
month.
watchers and not audio listeners.
Exactly.
So screw you, audio listeners. I
It's
You'll
all
guess.
still
right,
get
audio.
some grooving Halloween
You'll get
music,
some
though.
groove and Halloween music. You'll be really confused. Just skip ahead a lot.
Just imagine me sexily dancing, and there you go.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the ChimiComicsCast. I hope you'll return next month. It'll be November. We'll have a Thanksgiving edition of ChimiComicsCast.
Are we
food.
going to eat a bunch of food?
Yes, exactly.
No.
We're gonna have a whole buffet laid
Yeah.
out.
That's right. Will involve an eat-off.
Mukbang.
What?
Mukbang is when YouTubers eat a whole buttload of food
Oh, yeah.
and have like just talk.
we should order,
I was
like...
very confused by
like-
the word bang. I was
Right?
like, ooh.
We should order,
They
like,
call it
big
mukbang.
boxes of chicken nuggets. and-
Yes, that's exactly what they do.
We can have an eat-off or something. I don't know. But
I'm going to win.
that might happen.
I'm gonna train. I'm
Next
gonna
week.
channel my.
I'll starve
inner-
myself all
next
day.
month.
No, that's actually bad. You don't want to. Your stomach will.
I'll eat lettuce, though.
No, that's not gonna stretch your stomach out enough.
Yeah, lettuce will.
It will.
Yeah.
He knows.
Lettuce has water. Expand your stomach. That's what competitive eaters do.
Riley's gonna win.
Some housekeeping items before we let you guys go. This month in November we'll also have the next movie in the Superman interview, and we'll also have the next one after
Superman
that. So
4.
you'll get 2 next month. It should be Superman 4: The Quest for Peace and Superman Returns. Good news, Superman Returns is on Netflix, Wyatt. So there you go for that one.
I already have your DC Universe.
Yep, and DC Universe has all the Christopher Reeve Superman. So, also, Riley, you got any unboxings or anything next month? You know? Any updates?
Nah.
Are we doing
Okay.
any Novel Nook?
It's really going to depend on
Thanks.
what I'm doing.
Good deal.
Takes a while.
We will give you updates thoroughly, but I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you like and subscribe below. Let us know what you think of the costumes, who won the comic contest, tell me why it's not me, and
No, it's definitely you.
you damn right it is. Fuck off. Okay, I hope you enjoyed, and we are out.
And remember to eat plenty of chimichangas. Are you filming?
Yes.
Oh, gosh. This hurts.
This will be in the video.
Gosh.
Do it for the views. What are you trying to do?
This is so dumb.